I am a guard. What's your name? I am a guard. My name is a guard.
Alfred Guard.
Alfred Guard. I hope the other guard's name is B Guard. It's unfortunate that in this universe, every guard is required to be renamed a guard.
Well, this is Albert Guard, not Alfred Guard.
Ah, okay.
I love how the pom-pom phases into your skin.
Phases into your face. Yeah, it's good. It's very good. Initiate new game.
Oh yeah, which console are you playing this on?
This is the Sega Master System. Boy 4 NSA Elf is what I want.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I don't want things getting complicated here. I love that.
I mean, it could be. I'm not gonna say what I was about to say.
Do I even have one character left? Yes, I do. I mean, I can't fit elves, but elves? I'm going with Boy 4 NSA Elves. How's that? Well, Boy 4 NSA Elves is obviously male. The day is warm, yet there is a cooling breeze. The latest in a series of pepperoni crises seems insurmountable. You are being pulled apart in all directions. That's not a personal crisis, that's a gravitational crisis. Yet this afternoon's walk in the countryside slowly brings relaxation to your harried mind. The soil and strain of modern high-tech living begins to wash off in... The soil of modern high-tech living... Okay, whatever. In layers. That willow tree near the stream that doesn't look like a willow, it looks comfortable and inviting. The buzz of the dragonflies...
It was clearly meant to be toil.
The buzz of the the buzz of the dragonflies and the whisper of the willow's swaying branches. That's not a willow. Maybe that's just not supposed to be that tree. Bring in a deep peace, searching inwards for your tranquility and happiness. You close your eyes. A high-pitched cascading sound, like crystal wind chimes, impinges on your floating awareness. What the hell are you saying? As you open your eyes, you see a shimmering blueness. Blueness, ho! Rise from the ground. The sound seems to be emanating from this glowing portal.
Oh, your blueness!
Your blueness! It is difficult to look at the blueness.
Bend the knee to the blueness.
I don't know why I found blueness so funny. Light seems to bend and distort around the blueness, while the sound waves become so intense they appear to become visible. The portal hangs there for a moment. Then, with the rush of an imploding vacuum, it sinks into the ground. Something remains suspended in midair for a moment before falling to earth with a heavy thud. Somewhat shaken by this vision, you rise to your feet to investigate. A crude circle of stones surrounds the spot where the portal appeared. There is something glinting in the grass. It's blueness. You pick up an amulet shaped like a cross with a loop at the top. That's called an Ankh! That's called an Ankh! It is an Ankh.
Good job, Yoweasel.
I might be an idiot. It is an Ankh, the sacred symbol of life and rebirth, among a civilization that is long extinct. But this could not have made the thud. So you look again and find a large book wrapped in a thick cloth. With trembling hands, you unwrap the book. Behold, the cloth is a map, and within lies not one book, but two, the Old Testament and the New Testament. The map is of a land strange to you, and the style speaks of ancient cartography. The script on the cover of the first book is arcane but readable. The title is The History of Britannia, told by Kyle the Younger.
You said, why would your hands be trembling? You just saw a portal open up and drop an object out.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. The other book is disturbing to look at. Its small cover appears to be fashioned out of some sort of leathery hide, but from what creature is uncertain. The reddish-black skin radiates an intense aura suggestive of ancient power. The tongue of the title is beyond your ken. That's the thanks. Modern English, please. You dare not open the book and disturb whatever sleeps within. You decide to peruse the history. Settling back under the willow tree, you open the book. Now we've gone cash. You read the book of history. No, really. Oh,
this must be the DLC.
It presumably
DRM is the word I meant to say.
No, they wouldn't have DRM in a Master System game, but it probably did come with the Book of History. Hey, Mallow, it's now your job to get the Book of History.
All right, looking up Ultima IV Book of History. Should I look it up specifically for the Sega Master System?
Maybe. Yeah, let's go with yes. Closing the book, you again pick up the Ankh. As you hold it, you begin to hear a hauntingly familiar, lute-like sound wafting over a nearby hill. Is it da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da? Still clutching the strange artifact, you rise unbidden and climb the slope. You rise unbidden, but you were bidden. You were bidden by the sound. The sound bid you to... whatever. In the valley below, you see what appears to be a fair. It seems strange that you came that way earlier and noticed nothing. As you mull this over, your feet carry you down towards the site, unbidden. This is no ordinary traveling carnival, but a Renaissance fair! The pennants on the tent tops blow briskly in the late afternoon breeze. The ticket taker at the Ren Fair... I really thought Ren Fair was more of a modern abbreviation than 1985, but apparently not. Starts to ask you for money, but upon spotting your onk, says, "Welcome, friend, enter in peace and find your path." Apparently this book is going to be necessary. I don't know why Mallow's not using his words.
Because I don't want to interrupt you talking.
Just interrupt me talking.
Okay, I can do that.
The music continues to pull you forward among the merchants and vendors. Glimpses of fabulous treasures can be seen in some of the shadowy booths. The booths are booths are shadowy by nature, but that's the ridiculous phrase. These people are very happy. How dare they? You therefore wish to kill them all. They seem to glow with an inner light. Some look as you pass and some look up as you pass and smile, but you cannot stop, space. The music compels you to move onward through the crowd. You find the lute player.
This is a mono font, so what do you expect them to have different dashes?
Yes! Yes! If you just make the hyphen as wide
as the block... That is literally an M dash, given that it is as long as an M.
Damn! You're right! Damn! I'm trying to make fun of their orthography, but you're correct. I can't argue with that. However, it should be an M dash, which it is, because it's with spaces, and in British English you use spaces and N dash, and in American English you use no spaces and M dash. But this is, Lord British's game. Through the gathering dusk,
and it is an N-dash also.
You see a secluded gypsy wagon sitting off in the woods. Yay! Racism time! The music seems to emanate from the wagon. As you draw near, a woman's voice... Okay, one second. why did I leave my email client open? I'm getting notifications from my email client over the game. As you draw near, a woman's voice weaves into the music, saying, "You may approach, O seeker!" That's usually a male voice from me. "You may approach, O Seeker! You enter to find an old gypsy sitting in a small curtained room. She wears an ankh around her neck. In front of her is a round table covered in deep green velvet. That green could not be lighter if they tried. The room smells so heavily of incense that you feel dizzy. That's not incense. Seeing the ankh, the ancient gypsy smiles and warns you never to part with it. We have been waiting such a long time, but at last you've come. Sit here and I shall read the path of your future.
It's just a really thick incense stick.
The path of your future is there's a ladder on the table now. Boy, oh,
I know
Seeker,
this
oh,
part from the
elves.
NES version.
Upon the table, she places a curious wooden object like an abacus, but without beads. It's a ladder. It's a ladder for dolls. In her hands, she holds 8 unusual cards. Let us begin the casting! The gypsy places the first of 2 cards upon the table. They are cards of... Oh, is this how you choose? Okay. This is how you choose your class and such. So, is it justice or humility for us?
Wow, humility. It's got a red underline, though, so it says it needs a correct...
Right, okay. It is, yeah. The word has detected the spelling error.
Exactly. Somehow it all... justice, but we're gonna ignore that.
Well, you notice the underline is just under Ustus, so I think that it understands the capital letter to be...
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. So it realizes that Ustus isn't...
So, I don't know if the book can help me with this part. I think it can.
I think
if you want to go for a certain class.
Yeah,
I mean, it's up to you, however you want to do it.
Unwitnessed, thou hast slain a great dragon in self-defense. A poor warrior claims the offered reward. Justly step forward to claim the reward, or humbly go about life, secure in thy self-esteem. I mean, I think boy for NSA elves, there we go, would go with humility, right?
Yeah, I mean, he definitely seems like a bottom to me, and bottoms are all about humility.
You mean humility?
Unless they're a power bottom.
You mean humility?
I do mean humility, yeah.
The gypsy places 2 more of the cards upon the table. They are the cards of valor and honor. She says, consider this! During battle, thou art ordered to guard thy commander's empty tent. The battle goes poorly, and thou dost yearn to aid thy fellows. Dost thou valiantly enter the battle to aid the companions, or honor thy post as guard?
What's a boy if not one who follows orders?
I mean, boy for NSA elves definitely honors posts in particular. The gypsy places 2 more of the cards upon the table. They are the cards of honesty and compassion. She says, consider this, entrusted to deliver an uncounted purse of gold. Thou dost meet a poor beggar. Dost thou deliver the gold knowing the trust in thee was well placed, or show compassion, giving the beggar a coin knowing it won't be missed? Mallow either has no opinion or is disconnected.
Well, this one is trickier, but I would think trust is more important. Having your master give you have full trust in you.
Speclad says, this boy is very honest, he even put his goal in his name.
That's also true.
It's hard to argue with that. His name is quite plain honest. Okay, we'll go with honesty. The gypsy places 2 more of the cards upon the table. By the way, she's been placing beads at the same time, and I have no idea what those mean. Upon the table. They're the cards of sacrifice and spirituality. Well, we know the kind of sacrifice, boy. She says, consider this! Thou hast spent thy life in charitable and righteous work of a sort. Thine uncle, the innkeeper, lies ill and asks you to take over his tavern. tavern of a sort, his tavern of ill repute. Dost thou sacrifice thy life of purity to aid thy kin, life of purity, or decline and follow the spirit's call?
I mean, like, spirituality is like, you know, you think of, what's that song, like, there's songs about basically dirty preachers and the like, but no, in this case it's gotta be A, right?
Yeah, it's gotta be A. The gypsy places two more. There's honor and humility again?
Yeah,
okay.
You're getting another honor and humility.
The gypsy places two more of the cards upon
no,
the table.
last one was humility and something else.
Oh,
okay,
okay, I see. On the table, they are the cards of honor and humility. She says, "Consider this! Thou art at a crossroads in thy life. Dost thou choose the honorable life of a paladin, striving for truth and courage, or choose the humble life of a shepherd and a world of simplicity and peace?"
Ooh. I don't. The courage is, I think, the biggest thing against A.
Yeah, but Heel Boy is usually. I mean, he's not Heel Boy. Just to be clear, this is Boy for NSA Elves.
Yeah.
But he's usually, you know, the more paladin-y.
That's true, but I mean, I still agree with Speclad here.
There's no honor among boys. Bit says those are not tarot cards, but nothing ever said they were, so... And, yeah, okay. The gypsy places two more of the cards upon the table. They are the cards of honesty and sacrifice. She says, "Consider this! Thee and thy friends are valiant but penniless warriors. Thou both go out to slay the mighty dragon. Thy friend thinks he slew it. Thee did. When asked, dost thou truthfully claim the gold, or allow the friend the large reward?" I mean, B.
So I can tell you just from what's going on, what these beads are. This isn't from reading the book. So each choice you're choosing between two options. Each slot along slot along the horizontal line is one of the options. You know, honesty, sacrifice, humility, etc. Black is you choose one, you know, yes, and white is you choose no, or vice versa. So, for example, humility, it must be the rightmost one because you've chosen humility twice for both the first one and the last one that you chose. But then honor, I think the second one you chose honor, but then the last one you chose against honor, if that makes sense.
I think we're going to allow thy friend the large reward, because thy friend might allow us a different large reward. Which...
Oh, for sure.
Done. The gypsy places the last two cards upon the table. They are the cards of sacrifice and humility. She says, "Consider this! Thou art an elderly, wealthy eccentric. Damned right, thy end is near. Dost thou donate all thy wealth to feed the hundreds of starving children and receive public adulation, or humbly live out thy life, willing thy fortune to thy heirs?" I mean, B seems like garbage. My inclination is sacrifice, is A.
I mean, public adulation might get you some more, so...
With the final choice, the incense swells up around you. The gypsy speaks as if from great distance, her voice growing fainter with each word. "So be it, thy path is chosen! There's a moment..." Oh, that's not her voice. There is a moment of intense, wrenching vertigo. As you open your eyes, a different voice presumably, whispers in your mind, "Seek the counsel of thy sovereign." After a moment, the spinning subsides, and you open your eyes to...
I think you might be a priest.
I think I might be a priest, which is fine.
I mean, Heel Boy, right?
Yeah, exactly. Does not appear to be a way to save immediately.
Maybe in camp?
Yeah.
Or, no, more likely, it's always you have to talk to Lord British, right?
What? But you didn't have to talk to Lord British to save.
Oh, yeah, that was to level up.
There we go. Okay.
There you go. There you go.
Okay, wait. Okay, yeah, okay, there we go, okay. Boy 4 NSA
so
Elves.
You can save in camp. And Yeah. Did you? Yeah, you chose your genders.
Specklad says, I think there's already been more text in this game than in the last 3 games combined. You meet a massive guard.
A massive guard.
Massive guard.
Your interest is the massive guard.
Is to join.
Join with this massive guard.
Your interest isn't quite to give, but maybe your interest is give.
Give of yourself, yes.
I do not need thy gold to keep it. I wasn't gonna give him gold, but whatever. I am a guard. What's your name? I am a guard. My name is a guard.
Alfred Guard.
Alfred Guard. I hope the other guard's name is B Guard. His job is to guard. You see a massive guard. Health, quite.
Health, quite.
Superb. Should I guard the guard? I often wonder if I will ever have to give my life in the line of duty. Understand my dilemma? Not really. Well, let's go with yes.
It doesn't seem like a dilemma to me.
Of course, if it came down to it, I hope I would do it. Okay. Oh, okay, so we're like...
you unlock new... Yeah, you unlock new text based on key text.
One life for many! Okay, thanks, bye. Interesting. There's quite a complicated discussion tree there. Did I try join? I can't... Oh, that's to ask them to join you. Okay.
Yes. That's how you get new party members.
It's unfortunate that in this universe, every guard is required to be renamed a guard.
Well, this is Albert Guard, not Alfred Guard.
Ah, okay. You meet a rotund tinker. He could not look less rotund if they tried. He says, I am Shantis. I welcome thee unto Minnock, city of sacrifice. Apparently I chose sacrifice too much.
Yeah. I mean, what is a boy if not one who sacrifices?
Yes, for others. Self-sacrifice is a needed virtue. You're damned right, but only for elves. Avatars strive to be virtuous. Dost thou strive for virtue? Nah, not really. Do I answer no for lols? I think, do I answer no for lols?
Only you can answer that question.
I think I answer no for lols. An avatar thou art not! Now I do.
With the new movie coming out.
Then perhaps thou shalt become an avatar. It's good that I can just lie to the jerk.
By the way, this is the kind of game where every decision you make, probably has an effect on things.
It'll be great. It'll be fine. I think Boy is virtuous in his own way, says Specklad. True. It's a kind of virtue. Another massive guard. Let's not talk to every massive guard, huh?
That one was, Ethelbert Guard.
We don't technically know that he was named a guard.
Yes, you do.
I am
we
a
said
guard.
So.
You meet a stocky ranger. He says, I am Mike Ward.
That's just, like, not a fantasy name. That's just some guy who was taken just like you from the modern era.
Exactly.
Hey, how's it going? Yeah, I'm Mike Ward. Nice to meet you.
I was teleported out of the modern world. We're you know, get used to it, really. I am trying to get a room. That's your job, huh? Your job is to try to get a room here.